Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. I did a video, I can't remember which one it was now, and I had some comments to do a video on IDEX or Ideanomics, and I passed due doing a video on Ideanomics, so here's the video. But again, this is Ideanomics, ticker IDEX. Here's a look at what they've done over the last year, so not too impressive, down over 80%. But if you look at it, it's definitely a buying opportunity. Here you could have got it at 91 cents. So down over 80% in the last year. In the last 3 months, down over 47%. In the last month, down 6.5%. It's actually in the green in the last week, 8.5%. And here's a look at today's 3.37. So maybe it hit that bottom and gonna come back up. So I missed my buying opportunity. It's still tempting to purchase some to lower my cost basis. I have 26 at 309. Had these for a while. And so if you don't know much about Ideanomics, it's focused on facilitating the adoption of commercial electric vehicles. When I first got into this one, they were into electric tractors and looked, I'll go ahead and link those videos in the description. Been around since 2004. Not a lot of volume on this one. 1.45 million, average of 6.13. Market cap of 530 million, 87 cent 52-week low, 52-week high of 541. And here's a look at their next earnings on March 1st. So if you're into Ideanomics, you might want to take a look at that. And here's what looks. I'm glad that one didn't fill. So it's been a while since I've looked at this one, but you can see they were around the 270 range. I always put in a limit order for a little bit lower than what the low is of the day, but here's one that actually filled, $2.90 back on November 24th of 2020, so over a year ago. So but I've been in this one for a while, haven't really looked at it just because it's been down along with everything else, but considering purchasing some. Microsoft Bing currently showing this one as a buy and a 1-year price target of $5. Ideanomics stock could be an option to consider. And some of the information that I have here today is a little bit older, so I apologize before anybody tears me up on the comments. But it's all still relevant. I was asked to do a video, and this is the latest information that I could come up with. The later information will be towards the end of the video, so but all relevant if you're in IDEX. So 127 last Thursday with the stock price down 6.74% to the previous day close, as strong demand from buyers drove the stock to 90 cents. Actively observing the price movement and the last session, it was 96 cents, and 52-week low and high, we already went over that. And since some of this is a little bit older, I'm going to continue to scroll through it. So this shows investors are eagerly awaiting quarter results scheduled on March 29th. And I believe Robinhood had a different date, March 1st. So I don't know which is right. If you have the correct date, go ahead and list that in the comments. I'll try to do another video on this one at a later time. So this is scheduled. March 29th through April 4th. And as a result, investors might want to see an improvement in the stock's price before the company announces its earnings report. Definitely. I would totally agree with that. So again, since this one is a little bit outdated, it goes over earnings per share and so on, analyst ratings, which we will go over at the end. And analysts have estimated the company's revenue for a quarter at $31 million, with a low estimate of $31 million and a high estimate of $31 million. Revisions could be a useful indicator to get insight on short-term price movements. So for the company, there will be no upward or downward review in the last 7 days. So it looks like they're saying to sell. I'm not selling. I'm holding, because I'm already in the red. I don't like to sell at a loss unless it really helps you out on taxes or something of that sort. But it's EV. It's got to come back up. So, and here this one talks about earnings on March 1st. So March should be in. I'm going to go with the 1st. So since Robinhood says the 1st, if there's anything different out there, you can correct it in the comments. But again, this is showing financial results for the full year on March 1st. So between now and then, and that could be causing a little bit of the run-up as well. So a little bit more about Ideanomics, and like I said, I'll link my other videos. Ideanomics is a global group with a simple mission to accelerate the commercial adoption of electric vehicles by bringing together vehicles and charging technology with design, implementation, and financial services. Company provides the completeness and of solutions needed for the commercial world to commit to an EV future. For more information, you can go to their website, and like I said, I'll link my other videos. And this kind of goes over what else Wall Street is saying. On the first, price surged 17.21% to reach 16 cents. The company reported on January 31st that Ideanomics to announce fourth quarter full year earnings on March 1st, 2022. So that's the date I'm going to go with. Like I said, if it's anything different, you can correct it in the comments, and that's always appreciated. All comments are appreciated, so just try not to be too negative. But again, like I said from the start, this is a little bit older information, but this is all that I could come up with. So shares reached a high of $1.08 and dropped to a low of 97 until finishing in the latest session at $1.07. 1 year IDEX stock forecast points to a potential upside of 78.6. The average equity rating for IDEX stock is currently 2. And here's some more performance analysis. Again, we'll go over the analysts here at the end as usual. And is now a time to purchase Ideanomics stock. If you're just getting into it, it might be iffy, but where you have a cost basis that I do, it still might be worth going into just to get a lower cost basis. But I'm still waiting and watching, so just have to wait and see on this one. It's going to go back up. It's an EV, so it's got to go back up at some point in time. But and again, their market cap of $524.10 million is expected to release its quarterly earnings on, and again, this says 29th through the 4th. So just be prepared for the 1st, I guess. And if it doesn't happen on the 1st, you can go back to these dates. So, and again, here they are showing as a sell. Synergies developing among the Ideanomics family of companies offer the promise of greener, cleaner future. It's been a wild couple of weeks for technology stocks, to say the least. It is unusual to see 5 to 10% or more daily moves in more than the biggest names in the stock market. That can be a little unsettling unless you have a tremendous conviction in the equities you hold. And it gets even harder to stomach if you are participating in the leading edge, often called the bleeding edge, or disruptive or innovative companies. With that in mind, today we're going to discuss a global company that is driving the sustainability, transformation, luxury of already generating revenue, churning out a quarterly gross profit, and already has a $256 million in cash at the end of Q3 21. That's the kind of cushion that should let an investor rest relatively easily while they wait the promise of a greener, cleaner future. So they've kind of gotten into some other things, focused on convergence of financial services, industries, experience technology disruption. And like I said, when I first got into this one, it was the electric tractors caught my eye. I think I heard about it from somebody else. Started looking at it and just sounded really interesting. I'm like, nobody else is doing electric tractors. Everybody's into cars. That's all anybody cares about. But we do need tractors, so here's kind of some of their other... I've talked about the Select Track before. First manufacturer and distributor of 100% powered all-electric tractors. And then they have the Tree-Litric fully electric bike. So whether you like it or not, everything's going electric. There's still gas-powered cars, or ICE, they call them, internal combustion engine, but everything's going towards EVs or electric vehicles. Currently at $1.06 here on StockTwits, low of 87, high of 553. Bought more, slap that ass. Love Mike Tyson. Slap the ass. This crossed the downtrend resistance line. And I think that's why it's going up. I love it because it's trash. Over here on MSN Money, currently showing it as a buy. And here on Tip Ranks, well, thank you, Tip Ranks. No current available for IDEX. That is totally bizarre, but maybe they're asleep right now. So that's all I have on IDEX. Looks like it's going to come back down. Went up to 108. Started at 104, so there's a little bit of action going on with this one, but we'll wait and see. And like I said, I'm going to continue watching this one, and hopefully we'll get another one of these 95 or under $1 or 87-cent dip. But if you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.